Welcome back to another vlog. I'm really excited. You know what just came in the mail? Something really exciting. Okay, I'll tell you. This is so exciting. It finally got here, and I've been looking forward to this a long time. We have, oh my god, turbo, test pipe, manifold, some other stuff, but it's here. It's here. It's finally here. So let's get to the turbos. Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. It is officially Wednesday, and I am really excited. We actually have my turbo stuff now. It came in the mail here a couple days ago. Super excited. I think the camera is a little... There we go, that should be a little bit better. Oh, it's just not working. Alright, there we go, I think that's better. Anyway, so really excited. We finally got our KO4-15, which is going to be the upgrade for my old KO3, which I'm kind of interested to see if this is going to be a Molly or if this is going to be a Garrett KO3, because I think I'm going to take this one out and do a breakdown on it to kind of see 170,000 miles of pretty rough, hard use, how it's affected this other one. Now, it actually does still pull somewhat. It's not terrible, but I do have to order a new oil line for the other one, so I will be replacing parts, so I can kind of see how this one was treated on the breakdown when I take that out. This is a, like all these parts, I will be including a link in the description below for the link for the turbo, the link for the manifold, which is from 034 Motorsports, and the test pipe I don't really have a link for. I can kind of show you a generic one. It's just a basic KO3, KO4 test pipe, since most of those fit both those models interchangeably, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I will put those links in the description below. You guys can check them out and see what you think. Now on to the exciting bits. For the turbo, this is a KO4-15 upgrade from what I had, which is just a KO3. Now, I am probably going to get a lot of grief because this was an eBay turbo. I didn't want to buy an eBay turbo, but unfortunately, when you're in college and you need to work on your projects, you don't have tons of cash. So, you guys can kind of look at the turbo and see what you think. I'm going to do the breakdown on it, and you guys can kind of get an idea of what this one looks like. I'm actually kind of surprised. Granted, I don't like buying eBay turbos, but when Garrett's are $800 to $1,000 and you need to replace it, well, you got to do one or you got to do the other. So, you know, what are you going to do? So anyways, I guess let's do an unboxing and you guys can see what semi-decent eBay quality is all about. Okay, so we're gonna do this unboxing kind of just in a 1, 2, 3 order here. So first thing I'm gonna do to lead up to the turbo is I'm gonna do this manifold from 034 Motorsports. Now this was about 290 bucks. I will include the link in the description below for this product and you guys can check it out. This is a high flow, high runner in terms of airflow for the KO3, KO4 turbos, that in terms of upgrades and so on and so forth with your car. This one is black. I painted this with a high temp paint. Nothing too crazy. Right here, just engine and enamel with ceramic. And I painted this up to make it look better. The old stock one is pretty rough, and kind of interested to see how much just junk and gunk and how much over 170,000 miles of pretty rough carrots it's had to deal with. So pretty interested to see how that looks. But I have gaskets for this already. But basically this is what this one looks like. Honestly, the price wasn't too bad. A T3, T4 would have cost me probably about, custom made would have been about 400, and I had to get a new turbo. But unfortunately, I'm not really in the space to do that now, so this was the next best option. It's high quality, it's cast, and from the reviews, the Transverse and Longitudinal both had really good reviews on their website. You guys can check it out if you don't believe me. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I guess from the website does say that it gives you higher spool numbers and a little bit higher boost pressure, and higher airflow in terms of these being a little bit bigger and more open. So, and it does look a lot better. The stock one just looks kind of jankety, and this one looks pretty good. It's solid. It actually looks pretty decent quality. So I'm pretty excited to get this installed. Our next item here is going to be our test pipe. I purchased this probably 6 or 7 months ago, and I actually this box. Yeah. I never had a chance to install it on my other Audi because I hit a deer and destroyed it. So there's that. So yeah, this was meant to go in that car, so now I'm going to be using it for this car that I have now. So I have anti-foulers on here, which is a mod that you can look up for your 1.8. Basically, this helps not throw a CEL code, so you can basically still plug your O2 sensors in, you'll be fine. And this is basically going to go onto the turbo. This is the section going, the test pipe going to be going down to the exhaust. And this is going to be my bung that I'm welding on for my wideband, which will go somewhere in here, probably a little closer down to here, but we'll see. So, but this was about 60 bucks. It wasn't too expensive, and the welds are pretty decent quality. Typical, I think they're TIG welds. Inside the pipe comes right to the edge. Pretty typical stuff for these kind of things, but I don't think the quality is too terrible. The flanges are high quality. The welds are heavy duty. Inside welds are a little rough, but it's not too bad. I will try to find some type of a link for this. It might be generic, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what this is, but nothing too crazy. So, on to the next thing. Oh my goodness, the turbo. Ooh. So excited. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention also with this manifold, it does come with your hardware, stainless steel hardware, and a bolt locking flange that when you put this on, basically put this underneath, bend them up, it keeps the bolts from coming out. Pretty cool. Alright, so this is my KO4 turbocharger. Now I did open it because I was too excited and I wanted to see what it looks like. Like any gearhead, I was really excited for the gear. First turbo I've ever ordered, by the way. So it came in this sturdy box. I mean, pretty solid. It's not, it's good quality, not junk. I'm really kind of surprised, to be perfectly honest. This is a KO4-15 turbo, and I will link the description, put the link in the description below, and you guys can check it out. I spent a really long time looking at these turbos, and I probably will open this up just to take a peek at the insides to see what the stock and these internals look like, but that'll be for another video. So we'll do that another day. So the box is pretty good quality, not gonna lie. This is pretty decent. It did come pretty well packed. Here's your top packaging here. This came off the top, foam, pretty good. Now you get your paperwork. Now your other bits you've got here, which actually I'm pretty impressed about. They include all your gaskets, everything. So you get your turbo to manifold gasket right there. You're gonna have pretty much everything right here. So you've got more oil line gaskets, crush washers, pretty much for everything. Oil feed, turbo line, coolant gaskets, another crush washer. This is gonna be going between your turbo and your test pipe. Or there's actually two of these. So I think one of these Wait a minute. It says it's made in Indian. Does anybody know where Indian is? I don't. Anyway, so that's one of your gaskets either going to be going between your test pipe and your turbo, or it's going to be going in a different spot. Probably there though. So your next bit, which I'm actually pretty impressed about, is this little bit right here. They actually give you a set of gloves. A set of gloves. Okay. So you get a set of gloves. I mean, a set of gloves. Oh, so many chemicals. So many chemicals. But they're free. That's kind of surprising. I didn't expect to see that. So you get a set of gloves. You get your turkey baster, maybe, for a little turkey. Little bits. I think this is for oil. Yeah. Because I think it said something about filling it up with oil to make sure you have lubrication, which is important. Your other bits here are, you have more gaskets, which is your turbo. I'm going to see there's another turbo manifold gasket, more gaskets here, and crush washers. So that's good. They give you everything you need for the kit, which is awesome. And they give you this handy paper that says it was looked at by people who know things. Builder and inspector. God, I hope they're trained in this stuff. I don't know. It was 9/13 of 2017, so I'm assuming this wasn't massively current. Turbocharger vibration sorting rig. Vibration sorting rig. So from this it says it was taken up to a RPM of 150,000 RPM. I think. That I'm not quite sure about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing they took it up to rotational speed to test this thing and balance it, so I guess that's right. And then you get a handy dandy installation notice, basically saying, don't modify, don't do crazy stuff, do everything on your own risk, you know, everything that we ignore most of the time. And then how to prolong your turbo, stuff we don't need. Anyway, now we're on to this. Here's the turbo itself. Came really well packaged. I did take the zip tie off. It did have a zip tie on here. Now we're gonna take this guy out of here. Granted, it's really heavy. And that box goes over there. And that goes in there. Okay, so the turbo came bagged up, just like this. I popped the zip tie off. It did have kind of a wax paper covering this, so I did take that off already. And we're gonna take this guy out here, so you guys can get a good look at this. Now this is basically your KO4-15. I don't know if you guys can see here, but there is a KO4. You get a part number, turbo model, series number, and a turbo reference number, which is kind of interesting. It does come capped up like this. And you have your wastegate right here, internally wastegated for this, and it's actually pretty decent looking, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't really feel junky. I've looked at this before, and these parts are all really solid. Nothing seems cracked. You can kind of look in there, and the wheels down here. There is paint mark down there, so I'm assuming, I can't see a shaved off area, but from what I can tell, this thing was balanced, I think. I hope so. But from the paint, I'm pretty sure it was balanced, I think. You have your wastegate right here, and I'm just going to try to lift that. And it does move. Actually pretty decent, to be honest. It's not stiff. Moves pretty decent up and down. that's not too terrible, not gonna lie. Now we're gonna flip her over here. We're gonna pop these caps off. So you got this cap right here, and you got this cap right here. Now we're gonna be looking down here into the turbo. There's your wheel right there. It does have paint on this one side. Now I'm thinking that this paint means that it was balanced, as far as I can tell. I can't tell whether or not this was shaved at all. But when you pulling this axially up and down this way, north to south, I get pretty much no play back and forth, which is important. You don't want that. So that happens if you have any of that. You need to get that thing balanced. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything. Now when you move this thing north to east to west, back and forth this way, I do get a little bit of play back and forth. A little bit of play this way, a little bit of play, but nothing is hitting the walls at all, as far as I can tell. Like I said, this is kind of my first foray into this, so I don't really know, but from what I've read, you don't want axial play, and having a little bit of shaft play is okay, because you will have to have oil in there to fill the bearings up, because this is journal bearing, not ball bearing. You will need space in there for oil to fill up to be able to have good lubrication. But as far as I can tell, this doesn't look terrible. I do have, like I said, I have a little bit of shaft play back and forth, but it looks like nothing's hitting the walls at all. So yeah, this doesn't look too terrible. It's pretty heavy duty. Quality seems to be pretty decent. I am thinking about taking these bolts off here and replacing them with stainless steel, as I do not know how much they're going to rust. So I guess we'll have to kind of take that into consideration as well. But pretty excited about that. You have your tabs right here. Just pull those out just like that, and there we have it. So you're gonna have on this, I'm still kind of figuring this out here. I have one line on this side, two lines here, and then I have on the back side of this, I have another port, which, as far as I can tell, this is where my oil is going to be going in. I have two ports on the back side, which I'm not entirely sure what those are for, because they're closed off. But I have two ports over here, which I think is for my one I think is for an oil inlet line, because it does have what looks like a restrictor inside of it. It goes down to a very small hole. That one is open, and then if you look at this one is open as well. So I'm thinking there's two of these that are coolant lines, and I think one is an oil restrictor spot possibly, and then this is for oil as well, like oil in and oil out. That's what I'm thinking. If you guys know anything about kind of how this setup worked, hit me up, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to kind of know more about this kind of a setup, because this is very new to me. But when I pull the old stuff out, I'm sure I can get some answers too. But yeah, if you guys let me know in the comments, it'd be really appreciated. Like I said, this is a very big learning process for me, and I hope this really helps you guys in your quest to become such a car guru, such as, oh, I don't know, Stradman, vehicle virgins, all those. Anyways, so yeah, this is the turbo that I'm going to be putting in the car here this week. Pretty excited to get the old one out, really get this car cleaned up. I'm going to be doing my full gauge setup as well. That's it right there. I'm going to be doing kind of a sneak peek into that this week, later on, as well, to kind of, you guys can kind of see what I'm running. Oh, what the heck, I'll show you guys right now. Okay, so just a quick peek. This is my gauge setup. eBay gauge pod. I will be having some 3D mounts made to mount this up on my A-pillar because it looks badass and I really like this. Turbo Smart boost gauge, glow, shift, oil pressure, and AEM wideband. Those are my gauges I'm running. These are all pretty standard fare. This is just an eBay setup right here. So, you know, if you're interested in that, I can put links in the description for that as well. Like I said, this is pretty standard, so you guys can search that. It's super easy to find. You can go to AEM.com, or you can go to TurboSmart or Glow Shift. Not a paid promotion, by the way, for any of this stuff. Just if anybody, you know, if AM or you guys are watching, you know, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. That'd be great. Love to get, you know, love to do reviews on your products because I think they're great, and you know, look forward to seeing you know, put more of this stuff in my cars in the future. Now, kind of to end the video here, I'm going to kind of do a little setup and kind of show how this is going to look when it's all done. Okay, so here we have it. This is basically what it's gonna look like. Sans, I gotta put gaskets and all this other stuff together. This is basically what the setup looks like. I know it's kind of a weird angle here, but you guys can kind of get the idea that that looks really clean and really good. The only issue that I have come into realize is that this one piece here is super close, pretty much touching. I can bolt this, but it is basically touching this, and that's a lot of heat transfer to here, and I don't want this O2 sensor going bad. So what I'm thinking is that I guess I'll have to take and have this top one taken out, or what I'm going to do is take and have this cut out of here, or have just a plug welded, put a plug in here, and then basically take my bung right there, and then or actually take this and then basically have this move down here and have this welded in, and then have my bung basically put in the same section. But like I said, I'll know a lot more once I pull out the old crap, and I can kind of go from that and see where I need to mount everything. If I'm lucky, the downstream O2 sensor will be mounted hopefully farther down on a section of the actual exhaust. I'm hoping farther down from this, and if that's the case, then all we have to do is screw in our wideband and we're good to go. Easy peasy. So that's pretty much it. That's my setup right here. I'm really excited to get this in this week. If you guys have any questions, comments, gripes, moans, complaints, or just want to let me know how I'm doing, if you guys have any advice, you turbo guys out there with Audi or V-dubs, let me know if you guys got any advice. If you guys know of anybody that sells affordable rebuild kits, that'd be really great. Anybody business that has a good kit for a KO3, KO4, I would like to have a backup. So anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was informal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, comment on my channel, let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate the support. This is a big thing for me. I'm really hoping here in the next couple months, I hope I can hit 100 subscribers. That would be awesome. I really love doing this stuff for you guys, to show you just, this is the stuff that I know people want to see. and so this is good. So
gotta relax.
Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and as
Earth
always,
Radio.
peace.
And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.